at you with our second live stream today. Our first live stream is my highly anticipated Venom review from a Venom fan. So if you guys want to go check out that review after this video, it is up on my channel now. Today in this video we're going to be taking a look at some comics I've got from the last few visits. I realized I didn't do one for the last time I went. I do apologize. Been feeling a little bit sick and been slogged with uni work. And I've noticed that I really want to do some more comic book videos on the channel. You know, I've really had a real resurgence of comic book interest, mostly because of the Venom movie and what they're doing with Batgirl now. So I will be doing some more comic book related videos up on the channel. So I'll be doing a top 5 Venom stories, as well as a review of the most recent Venom miniseries that finished, hopefully very soon for you guys. So today, you'll have to forgive me if some of the books we go through here I've already done, uploaded on the channel and talked about before, as well as if I've missed some that should be in this here, but I'm not, because it's based on what's normally on my pull list. But anyway, guys, let's get started. So first off is Batgirl 27. So this is the first debut of her new costume, and I'm absolutely loving the new costume. It's a nice throwback to her Year 1 outfit, and they said that was actually a major inspiration when they were designing it, and it works story-wise as well, as she does have to move back with her dad for story reasons, and she decides that she needs to go out, and she keeps her quote-unquote prototype suit there. I love the design of it. It's so much more beautiful and striking than her stupid purple and yellow costume that I got so sick of. And it seems that they're also going with more serious stuff story-wise, because they brought back Grotesque, who was a villain from the early days of the Simone run back in the New 52. So obviously they're doing a lot more serious stuff, especially given that how close she's getting back with Nightwing. Of course, all that changes with Nightwing 50, and we have a lot of stuff to talk about when we get to Nightwing 50. Speaking of Nightwing, however, we do have number 49. Again, I don't buy variants very often anymore due to monetary reasons. I was getting every single cover for Nightwing and Batgirl. Then it just became ridiculous storage and money-wise, but occasionally there'll be a variant that I have to get, and this is easily one of them. Because of the, this is the first time I got to see her new costume on a book, because this came out before 27, Batgirl 27, and I just love it. And it was John Romita Jr. as well. I don't really like the way Nightwing's drawn too much in this, but this was nice, and having both of them on the same book, obviously. So this is the last issue before the infamous Nightwing 50, and I think it's Batman 55, so it's the end of the little storyline, the Bleeding Edge, I believe it was called. Oh no, Harm's Way, sorry. So yeah, this is, I think, related to the annual as well. Interesting little story, motorcycle race. But yeah, it's actually one of the last times that we're going to see Nightwing, at least for a long time, with his full head of hair, knowing who he is. And yeah, I don't like where Nightwing's going right now. Speaking of which, we have the 50th issue of Nightwing. Yay! I don't know what it is about DC and screwing with Robins. They did it again. For some reason, in the Batman book, I haven't read it yet. Haven't had time to get it, because it's not that high on my want list. I wanted to get more of the, my favorite books immediately to talk about. But yeah, for some reason, Nightwing gets amnesia, so he forgets who he is. I do like the new artist on this. I forget his name, unfortunately, off the top of my head, but the artwork in this looks absolutely gorgeous. For some reason, Nightwing has no hair. He now goes by the name Grey, but we do get to see these nice little flashbacks of early times as well. And this book does heavily feature Batgirl, obviously, because she does mention, of course, how close they were getting back with their relationship before they started screwing, very heavily implied in Summer of Lies. Do have a review of that up here on the channel. Probably my favorite Batgirl story from the Rebirth so far, as well as in the Bleeding Edge as well, that featured her pretty heavily. Some nice work with Jonathan Crane, so he's probably going to be pretty relevant in this run of Nightwing. Nice little shot of him there, and of course we get to see Barbara, and the way she's drawn this, I absolutely love her. She's my favorite female superhero, and like we get to see some nice shots of her early costume or her one, year one costume. And we do get this nice line of say, "I need him." Yay! Again, they said they're gonna get back together, and then they rip it from us. I don't know why DC loves doing it, but they love doing it. But the way Batgirl's drawn in this, absolutely love it. And of course, there's a massive shock at the end of this book, which I can't talk about, that has absolutely raged me like you wouldn't believe, because it is major spoiler territory for the rest of the book. Yeah, and that's him getting paralyzed there. So hopefully this doesn't last too long, because I'm really freaking annoyed. It's a nice direction, a nice idea that they've done, but as a fan of Nightwing, I'm a little frustrated, especially as how close they brought Batgirl back with him. And I don't know. So hopefully Batgirl, it seems like the way they've set it out, Batgirl's probably going to be one of the people to bring him back. At least this time, I don't know. It's very similar to what they did at the end of Forever Evil, where they like completely changed him. And like, why? Why do you keep having to mess with Nightwing? What does DC have against Nightwing? Like, he's one of their most popular characters, and they just love screwing with him. Next up, of course, we have Raven, Daughter of Darkness, number 8. So this is the obviously 4 issues left. It's still a really cool book. Love that she's getting another, she's got a 12-issue miniseries. I prefer her getting miniseries rather than ongoings, because it doesn't hurt the bank too much. But maybe, considering this book is selling quite well, we will get another Raven book down the track. Batman Beyond, still going strong. This book now, so we get to see Ten again. And finally, after all these years, Ten actually finds out that Batman is Terry McGinnis. Spoiler alert, it's not too spoilerish, I mean. But we finally get to see that interaction, and nice to see Ten again. She's one of the better love interests, I think, that Terry has. In Batman Beyond, Dana just it's really stale, and I think Ten works really well, because she kind of the vigilante sort of villainous life as well. Very much the Catwoman to Terry McGinnis's, Batman. So very, very nice to see those two back together in the pages. Moving on to Marvel, we have a ton of Venom, because Venom is awesome. We have, and this was actually a weekly book, Venom First Host number 2, Venom First Host number 3, Venom First Host number 4, and Venom First Host number 5. So these are the last 4 issues of this miniseries, and it is absolutely fantastic. It's nice to see Bagley and Costa back here writing and drawing a Venom book together. It is so much fun. Very nostalgic of those 90s stories where there's crazy crap going on. There's Kree, there's Skrull, there's Venom, there's a lot. There's a new symbiote. Lots of really cool stuff. I'll definitely be doing a review of this book, because I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun, and it was a nice little fun kind of Venom story that was coming out at the same time as the seriousness of the ongoing Venom book. Speaking of which, of course, issue 6 of the best book Marvel is actually releasing right now, and that's not me being biased as a Venom fan, that's me being a comic book reader. And a lot of people do agree that this is one of the best books being published right now. It is probably one of the strongest Venom runs that we've seen ever. So much fun, so much stuff going on, so much stuff in terms of the lore of the symbiotes particularly, and what they're doing with it. Fantastic. You guys need to be reading this book. Holy crap, you guys need to be reading this book. I can't stress that enough. I mentioned this in the Venom review, the Venom movie comic. I'm not going to show you any of it, because spoilers like crazy in this for the movie. But a nice collectible nonetheless. The Amazing Spider-Man Annual, specifically because it is a Venom symbiote. It is a symbiote story. It features a lot of Black Cat as well, which is pretty cool. Tombstone, I believe. No, was it Hammerhead, that's right, was the main villain of this, which was pretty interesting. Issue 23 of Scarlet Spider. This book apparently still going. Not kind of lost interest in it, to be brutally honest. Loved it at the start, and it just kind of lost me. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to sit down and binge some of the stuff that I'm missing, so I can't really talk too much about this one. Moving on to the indies, of course, we have the first 2 issues of Predator Hunters 2, which is so much better than The Predator, because The Predator was absolute garbage. And I've probably mentioned that in other videos before, that the new Predator movie is atrocious and do not see it. Funnily enough, the week after its opening, there was absolutely no marketing anywhere for it. It was all pulled. Obviously, Fox knew it was bad, wanted to promote it, and then once everybody else realized it was bad, perhaps they didn't really like it. So, the Predator books are always really lots of fun. Dark Horse does a really good job of having some nice fun alien books. And I think there's another Aliens book out, but I don't know when the next issue's coming out. So haven't had an Alien book for a while. I don't know what it is with Alien books and not being super consistent with their release dates. Because Dead Orbit took... I know it was one guy writing and drawing the whole thing, but still it wasn't super consistent with its release schedule. And the last book is issue 9 of Sonic. This is just my guilty pleasure comic. I mean, it's so nice to be able to get Sonic. I talk about this all the time. Absolutely ridiculous shenanigans going on. It's just fun, you know. Like, I mean, sure, they're trying to be super serious and super edgy with what they're doing with Sonic, but at the end of the day, it's just fun. And, you know, if you want just a fun comic, like, classic, nostalgic kind of comic book that's just, you know... And whilst it is aimed at kids, it's still, you know, has some quite adult themes. It was nowhere near, you know, the Sonic book has got quite serious at sometimes, but this book is just my fun comic. Absolutely love it, you know. Getting to see Neo Metal Sonic back, and then, of course, like, in next issue, oh boy. I mean, you've probably already seen the spoilers for it, but, boom! Super Neo Metal Sonic, holy crap. Straight out of a Sonic fanfiction. It's like, why the hell not, you know, guys? But anyway, guys, that's it. What books did you pick up in your last few visits? Feel free to let me know in the comments below. Feel free to check out my Venom review, which is up on the channel now. I will be doing, and stay tuned, of course, for my reviews of Venom First Host, as well as my top 5 Venom stories. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you for my next video.